Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com, and now I'm going to show you the basics on what I do when I'm giving gold and silver away. You hear me talk about it, and this I'm going to tell you the basics. Okay, right here, this is an example of some gold or some silver, and you have to remember, most of the time people don't have any idea how to use gold and silver. So when I give it to them, I tell them information, and what they love this stuff when I give it to them. Now, but it's not the stuff that I'm giving them, because like I say, if you were to find a dime, if you found a dime laying down on the ground, you probably wouldn't even pick it up. It wouldn't be no big thing. But once you understand the value of silver, that's a silver dime. Once you understand the value of it, it makes it much more interesting. And so this is what I'm going to, what I do is I will give this, or not give it, what I do is, you see this coin? Let me see if I can make it work. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I'm not going to be able to get a good look at it. But this thing is 99.9 silver. This is. And this right here is a dime. This is probably considered junk silver, but you pay a little more for this one because, let's see if we can see it. If you can see it, I don't have the right type of camera, but this is a 1907 dime. Okay, now silver coins are from 1964 earlier, but this is over 100 years old, this dime. And what I'll do is I'll set this down, and I'll tell the person, you can have one of these. Oh, that's the reason this is not doing good, because it's really shiny. This one's not. This is old and nasty. And this one here is really shiny. That's why it's hard to see. But I'll let them take a look at it, pick it up and look at it and see which one they want. And I'll tell them, okay, you'll make a decision, and I'll tell you right off the bat, dollar-wise, there's not much difference in these things, but what it is that you personally like. And this one here is bullion. This is 99.9 silver. This is a old U.S. dime. It's 90% silver, and it's worn out. So, you're even going to get far less than 10%, or 1/10 of an ounce. This is 1/10 of an ounce of silver, and this is supposed to be 1/10. It's called a dime, and that's 1/10, but it's only 90%. So it's kind of a ripoff. It's like the government always does. They rip everybody off. And so I'll let you make a choice on which one you want. And it's funny, as I used to just do these only, the bullion one, because it's worth, and to give you an idea on what this stuff is worth, it's worth a meal. either one of these is worth a meal. And now that meal, it just depends on where you're at. You know, I mean, you can't go into a restaurant and say, well, give me a steak. You won't do like that. But if you're in Texas, everybody eats steaks. Well, then, hey, that's worth a steak. So that's what I'm saying. It's worth a meal. And if you do it right, you can get a day's supply. In other words, when I would give that to somebody would be when they're real nice to me, and we eat, and then after we eat, and I'm going to leave, I'll tell them here, and I'll give them a choice of which coin they want, and I tell them about all this stuff, and then I say, now I found out they like this. Most, probably 90% of the people will pick the over 100-year-old coin over the brand new silver, which is 1/10 of an ounce of silver. And I say this is 1/10 or 90% 1/10 of an ounce. So, but anyway, it doesn't make any difference. And then, then I'll give them one of those and thank them for their hospitality. And a lot of times I'll also get a sack meal to take with me on my way out. So in other words, I can get a day's supply of food out of something like that. Now, there they are right there. And then this one over here is a quarter. And let's see what it's I'm trying to see the date. 1911. It's a 1911 quarter. So, like I say, it's supposed to be a quarter of an ounce, but it's not. It's 90% of a quarter of an ounce of silver. And then, like I say, I would give that for a day's supply of food, feed me for a day, and give me a place to stay. And then that will be what I would give you. Now, this isn't something like, how much would you take? And then, like that. They're not selling this. These are people being nice to me, and I'm being nice back to them. I don't have to give them anything. Kind of like they didn't have to give me food. They didn't have to give me a place to stay through the night. So I don't have to give them this, but I do. And that's what I believe. And I've always said, you don't take something for nothing. So this is something that I have to give no matter what. And it's funny because now this one here is this is a marine coin. And then this is copper. This is copper. And it's funny because I've given these coins away, and I've got them for all kinds of stuff. And one of my favorite ones is a panda. I got a panda like this, and I've given them that because I'm Chinese. I can give them a panda, and it's really surprising because these people will keep this for years and years. I've got people that'll put those copper coins in their wallet, and I'll see them 5-10 years later, they still have it in their pocket. And so it's really interesting. So what I'm saying is, people say, well, you can't eat gold and silver. I can, but I know how to use it. And that's what I'm saying. When people be nice to me, I'm being nice back to them. And I give them some education to go with it. And that's what makes this so extremely important. And now when you start bartering, now that's going to be a different thing. I've used bartering like going to a dentist and paying rent and stuff like that. But bartering works best with people that don't owe money. When they owe money, they need money. And like I say, so I do the same thing using silver, and I also use gold. This is a gold $100 bill. And it's really neat. This is really beautiful. If you could see it, it's shiny. Because like I say, it's gold. It's really cool. It's a complete duplicate of the $100 bill. And it's very interesting. And so I give gold or silver away all the time. And depending, now this is all as beginners. As people, I get to know people more, I've been giving them more, then I start giving them different kinds of 1 ounce silver coins. And then I'll even use gold coins, depending on what it is that's going on and how I'm using it. But anyway, I just thought I'd share this with you. This Mike, NoStressMike.com.